I was building a fortress for two while you were just packing your bags. I was sewing the pieces of you while you let us tear into rags. I sat up and watched you sleep, counting the breaths that you took, guarding the secrets you keep, while you wouldn't give me a look. I thought we were fighting the storm, two hearts against all of the cold, but I was the only one keeping us warm, holding a hand I was never allowed to hold. And it turns out I loved you alone, building a kingdom on sinking stone. I poured all my water into your dry well, living a story that you'll never tell. I gave you my lungs just to help you breathe, while you were just waiting for your turn to leave. Yeah, the hardest truth I've ever known is that I loved you entirely alone. I look back at photos we took, I'm leaning in close to your side, but you have that faraway look, with oceans of things you would hide. I whispered I love you at night to a back that was turned to the wall. I convinced myself it was alright, that you just didn't hear me at all. I thought we were fighting the storm, two hearts against all of the cold, but I was the only one keeping us warm, holding a hand I was never allowed to hold. And it turns out I loved you alone, building a kingdom on sinking stone. I poured all my water into your dry well, living a story that you'll never tell. I gave you my lungs just to help you breathe, while you were just waiting for your turn to leave. Yeah, the hardest truth I've ever known is that I loved you entirely alone. It takes two to make a fire burn, it takes two to make a wheel turn, but I was running on empty for years, drowning myself in one-sided tears. You never hated me, you never lied, you just didn't care if I lived or I died. And that indifference cuts like a knife, the quietest robbery of my whole life. And it turns out I loved you alone, building a kingdom on sinking stone. I poured all my water into your dry well, living a story that you'll never tell. I gave you my lungs just to help you breathe, while you were just waiting for your turn to leave. Yeah, the hardest truth I've ever known is that I loved you entirely alone. Just me in the room, just me in the dark, trying to strike a match without a single spark. I loved you alone. It's 2 in the morning, your name lights up my mind. I almost send a message and stop myself in time. Your jacket's in my closet, still hanging where you left. I thought I'd feel much better, but I haven't found that yet. I can't live without your touch. I can't sleep here on my own. But there's one thing I can't teach this heart to let go. I miss your love more than I miss your face. I miss the way you made this world feel safe. I miss those nights when nothing else was wrong. Now I have all this silence where your heartbeat once belonged. I miss your love, but your love has moved on. I changed the sheets on Sunday. I moved your favorite chair. I opened every window like you disappeared from there. But memories don't listen, they come without a sound. One song across the radio, and suddenly you're around. Maybe time will do its work. Maybe someday this won't hurt. But tonight your memory is everywhere I turn. I miss your love more than the words can say. I miss the arms that used to make me stay. I miss your voice when nights were getting long. Now I'm talking to the silence like you never really left at all. I miss your love, but your love has moved on. Do you ever miss me when the room gets quiet? Do you ever reach across and find nobody beside you? Do you remember who we used to be? Or am I the only one still living in that memory? I miss your love, but I won't ask you back. Some broken hearts can't rebuild what they had. I'll miss those nights, I'll miss where I belong. But I can't spend forever waiting for a love that's gone. I miss your love, and maybe that's okay. I'll carry what we were until it hurts a little less someday. I miss your love, I miss your love. Not enough to chase you, just enough to hurt. I thought when you were gone, the hurting would leave too. The closing every doorway would close my heart to you. I cleared away the pictures, I stopped saying your name. But hiding every memory never took away the pain. Some wounds don't show, some tears never fall. Sometimes the deepest heartbreak leaves no mark at all. Love left scars where your hands once held me. Love Just a second, kindness felt too much like you. I hate that what you broke still follows where I go. You taught my heart to love and made it scared to show. I know they're not to blame for what you put me through, but every new beginning still carries fear of you. Love left scars underneath my smile. I tell the world I'm better, but healing takes a while. I don't want you back, I just want back the part of me that wasn't always frightened of what love could someday be. Maybe scars aren't endings, maybe they just prove that something once cut deeply and somehow I live through. I won't let one goodbye decide how my story ends. I'll learn to open slowly, I'll learn to trust again. Love scars, but they don't own my heart. You may have changed some pieces, but you didn't take them all. Someday I'll love somebody without fearing they'll depart. I'll remember what you taught me, but I won't become these scars. You left your mark, but I'll heal with time. Love left scars, and they're finally becoming mine. You said forever like it was a promise you could keep. I believed you in the daylight, doubted you were asleep. Every warning sign was flashing, but I looked away. Told myself that love like this was worth the price I'd pay. I loved you anyway, even when you gave me every reason not to stay. Every broken word, every yesterday. I loved you, God, I loved you anyway. Friends all saw it coming, said it plain as day. He's gonna break your heart, girl. I just looked away. I wasn't blind, I just chose not to see. Some kind of hope kept whispering, he's different now with me. I loved you anyway, even when you gave me every reason not to stay. Every broken word, every yesterday. I loved you, God, I loved you anyway. Maybe love was never about being right. Maybe it was just a candle I kept lit at night. Burned my hands to hold it, watched it fade to gray. But I'd strike the match 100 times, still love you anyway. I love rewrite of that yesterday. 'Cause the broken parts still taught me how to stay soft enough to love again someday. I loved you anyway. I loved you anyway. Even now, I'd say it anyway. I still have keys inside my pocket. I still have somewhere I can sleep. But every room feels like a stranger since you're no longer here with me. The walls are standing where we left them. The curtains move the way they did. But home was never walls around me. Home was where your heartbeat lived. I never knew a person could become a place to me, until you walked away and took that feeling when you left. I'm a heart without a home, still searching for where I belong. Every road keeps moving forward, but something in me stays behind. I'm a heart without a home, since your arms stopped holding me. I have somewhere I can go, but nowhere that I want to be. You weren't just someone that I loved, you were home to me. I changed the sheets, I moved the pictures, I even painted our old room. But changing everything around me couldn't take away the truth. Some nights I sit beside the window and watch the lights across the street, wondering if somewhere you're smiling without ever thinking of me. Maybe you found somewhere warmer, maybe someone holds you now. While I'm still trying to remember how to feel safe without your arms. I'm a heart without a home, carrying memories everywhere. I hear your voice inside the silence, then reach and find nobody there. I'm a heart without a home, trying not to look behind. 'Cause every place we used to love still brings you back into my mind. You took nothing when you left, but somehow everything felt gone. I used to think home was a door, a light left on at night. Then you came along, and home became your voice, your sleepy smile, your hand finding mine. And when you left, I finally understood. Sometimes you don't lose a house, you lose the person who made the world feel safe. I'm a heart without a home, but maybe I won't always be. Maybe one day I'll stop searching for you in everything I see. I'm a heart without a home, but I'm learning something slow. Maybe home is isn't someone I have to beg not to go. Maybe somewhere underneath this pain there's still a place for me. And maybe one day I'll find my way back home inside of me. You were my home once, and losing you left me nowhere. But someday I'll belong to myself again. I still say that the edge of the mattress, where the space is too cold and too wide, staring at shadows that dance on the ceiling, with nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide. I have pictures of us on the counter. I have words that I never could say. But the worst kind of ghost isn't one in the room. It's the phantom that walked far away. And I know I can talk to your shadow, and I know I can text you at night. But the silence that answers is heavier now than the dark before morning light. 'Cause I don't just miss how you look at me, and I don't just miss how you talk. I don't just miss your hands holding mine on the nights that we used to go walk. The physical pieces are fading apart, but the deepest regret is where the cold shadows start. God, I miss your heart. Yeah, I miss your heart. They all tell me that time is a healer, that the bleeding will stop if I wait. But my calendar's stuck on the day that you left, and I'm locked on the wrong side of fate. I can mirror the smile that you gave me, I can mimic the way that we laughed, but it's just an impression of what used to be, like a page that's been torn right in half. And I know I can call up your number and pretend that we're just getting by, but the echo of us is a terrifying sound when you know that it's already died. 'Cause I don't just miss how you look at me, and I don't just miss how you talk. I don't just miss your hands holding mine on the nights that we used to go walk. The physical pieces are fading apart, but the deepest regret is where the cold shadows start. God, I miss your heart. I miss the warmth that it kept inside. I miss the secrets it didn't hide. I miss the rhythm it used to be, right against mine in the summer heat. Now your chest is a fortress, your love is a stone. You took all the pulls and left me alone. And I don't just miss how you look at me, no, I don't just miss how you talk. I don't just miss your hands holding mine on the nights that we used to go off. Everything else is just fading apart, but the absolute breaking that tears me apart is that I miss your heart. The house is so quiet, the fire is dark. I'm holding my chest, trying to find the spark, but it's gone. Yeah, you took that part I miss your heart. I built a wall around our name, tried to shield it from the rain, held my breath through every storm, thought that love could keep us warm. I kept the promises I made, even as the colors start to fade. I fought for every single day, but time don't listen when you pray. I gave you all the hands could hold, still I watched it turn to cold. I couldn't say forever, tried my best but not quite clever enough to stop the sand from falling through. I couldn't say tried to tether every good thing that we knew. I couldn't say forever, and forever couldn't save me too. I signed my name to sinking ships, whispered vows with trembling lips, thought if I loved hard enough, forever wouldn't be so tough. But some things aren't ours to keep, no matter how deep the roots, how steep the leap. I did my best, I gave my all, still watch forever start to fall. I couldn't say forever, tried my best but not quite clever enough to stop the sand from falling through. I couldn't say forever, no matter how I tried to tether every good thing that we knew. I couldn't say forever, but I'll always love you, even now, even ever. I couldn't say forever, but I saved what I could of you. I don't keep your picture by me like I used to every night. I don't wait beside the window, hoping you'll come back this time. I've learned to make my coffee without making one for you, but sometimes in the quiet, my heart forgets we're through. I know our road has ended, I know we lost our way, but losing our forever couldn't make the love just fade. Our love always, even from the world away, even when your name becomes a word I rarely say. Not enough to make you stay, but enough to thank my heart for every moment that you gave. I won't ask you to come back. I'll just love you from the past. Maybe someone else will know you in the ways I used to know. She'll learn how you take your coffee and where you hide when you feel low. I hope she holds you gently when the world becomes too much. And I hope you find the happiness we couldn't give to us. It hurts to wish you happiness when I'm not standing by your side. But love was never meant to be a place where someone has to hide. I'll love always, though I'll learn to love again. You'll remain a quiet chapter that I never want to change. I'll love always, but I won't wait anymore. I can keep you in my memories without standing at your door. Some love doesn't need returning to have mattered at all. If years from now you think about me, don't remember only goodbye. Remember Sunday mornings, our laughter in the kitchen, the nights we talked until the sunrise. Remember that for a little while we were happy, and that was enough to make it real. I love always, but I'm finally letting go. Not every love we're given is a love we're meant to hold. I love always in a quiet corner of my heart, where nothing has to hurt anymore. And goodbye can't tear us apart. You don't belong to me now, and I don't belong to you. But somewhere inside the woman I become, there'll always be a little piece of us. I won't wait for you, I won't ask you back. I'll simply remember, and I'll love always. I remember everything. I remember our first morning. You were sleeping next to me, sunlight falling through the curtains. You look so peaceful in your sleep. I remember how you took your coffee and the songs you played at night, how you'd reach across the table just to hold my hand in yours. Funny how the smallest moments are the ones that never leave. I forgot 1,000 ordinary days, but I remember you and me. I remember everything, every word, every touch. Every night you held me closer when the world became too much. I remember everything, even things I wish I could forget. The way you looked before you left me, and the tears I never let you see. moved on from everything, but everything stayed with me. I remember your old jacket hanging by my bedroom door. You always said you'd come and get it, but you never came anymore. I remember that December we got caught out in the rain. You pulled me underneath your coat and kissed me anyway. Now whenever winter finds me, I can almost feel you near. It's strange how something beautiful can become the reason for your tears. I wish my heart could choose which memories it keeps, because it saves the ones that hurt me and brings them back when I can't sleep. I remember everything, every promise that we made, how you said we'd grow old together before forever changed. I remember everything, the night your voice became so cold. You said maybe we should end this, and my whole world stopped. You probably forgot that moment. I remember every word. I remember trying not to cry until you closed the door. I remember standing in the hallway, hoping you'd come back once more. I remember hearing your footsteps getting quieter down the stairs, and I remember finally knowing you weren't coming back. I remember everything, but I'm learning to let it be. I don't have to lose our memories to let you leave. I remember how you loved me, I remember how we changed. I remember what was beautiful without living in the pain. Maybe someday your name will make my heart ache like before. But even when I stop missing you, I remember what we were. You forgot our forever. I remember our beginning. I remember our ending. I remember everything. I left the hallway light on for longer than I should. I thought you'd see it from the road and come back if you could. Your jacket stayed beside the door, your picture stayed beside my bed. I kept believing every night you'd remember what you said. You promised this was only distance, not the ending of our story. So I waited through the silence, holding on to what you told me. But love never returned. No footsteps at my door, no midnight call to tell me you still needed me once more. Love never returned, though I waited every night. I kept a place inside my heart while you were living another life. I thought again. The flowers started growing. Everyone could see I'd changed, but my heart kept never knowing. I stopped checking every message, stopped looking down the street. But sometimes when the night gets quiet, I still imagine you and me. Maybe hope can hurt much deeper than accepting love is gone, because I spent so many evenings waiting for what had moved on. Love never returned, and neither did your heart. I held together memories while you let ours fall apart. Love never returned, no matter how I prayed. I kept waiting for tomorrow while you became yesterday. You didn't need another goodbye, your silence said enough. I used to think waiting proved my love was true, but loving someone shouldn't mean forgetting you. So tonight I'll turn the hallway light off and put your photograph away. Not because I never loved you, but because I can't keep waiting this way. Love never returned, and maybe that's okay. Some hearts aren't meant to come back, some people cannot stay. Love never returned, but slowly I returned to me. I found the dreams I left behind while waiting endlessly. I thought losing you would be the end of everything, but maybe letting go is where my healing begins. I waited for your love for far too long. You never came back, so I finally came home to myself. I've been holding on so tightly to a hand that let me go, making reasons for your silence so I wouldn't have to know. I kept waiting by the window, thinking you might change your mind, but every night became another piece of you I left behind. I gave everything I knew to keep our love alive, but love was never meant to feel like only one heart had to try. My heart surrenders, I can't fight for us alone. I can't keep calling somewhere that no longer feels like home. My heart surrenders, though it still belongs to you. Sometimes loving someone deeply means accepting what is true. I don't wanna lose you, but I've already lost myself trying not to. I remember when your heartbeat was the the safest sound I knew. Now I lie awake in silence, trying not to think of you. I kept all your little promises, like they'd bring you back someday. But words can't hold somebody who's already walked away. Maybe I could keep pretending, maybe I could wait another year, but hope becomes another wound when the person never appears. My heart surrenders, not because my love has died, but I'm tired of hiding heartbreak behind another hopeful smile. My heart surrenders, I won't ask you anymore why you stopped choosing me, or what I could have done before. I gave you every reason to stay, you still chose to leave. So tonight I won't check my phone, I won't leave the hallway light on, I won't imagine footsteps coming back to my door. I'll let the silence be silence, I'll let goodbye mean goodbye. And if my heart still loves you tomorrow, I'll let it love you without asking you to be mine. My heart surrenders, so I'm slowly letting go of the future that we dreamed of, and the life we'll never know. My heart surrenders, but maybe surrender isn't losing. Maybe sometimes letting go is finally choosing me. I still love you, maybe I will for a while, but I won't lose another piece of me just to keep you in my life. I didn't stop loving you, I just stopped fighting for someone who stopped fighting for me. The moment I close my eyes at night, the black and white turns into light. I'm standing right back on your street, feeling the summer pavement heat. You're running to me with open arms, safe from the world and all its harms. You laugh and you pull me into your chest, like we never lost what we love the best. In the dark we never fell apart, in the dark I still have your heart. There is no goodbye, there is no pain, we're just two lovers dancing in the rain. But I still dream us wild and free, the way that we were supposed to be, holding your hand in the neon glow, refusing to ever let you go. Then the alarm clock starts to ring and steals away every beautiful thing. My eyes open up to a ceiling of gray, and I have to lose you all over today. Yeah, I still dream us. In my mind we're still buying that house, quiet and still as a midnight mouse. We're picking the colors to paint the walls, chasing each other through empty halls. cause your slippers are sitting right by the bed instead of the ghosts inside my head. It feels so real, I can taste the air. I reach out to touch your sleeping hair. In the dark, we never fell apart. In the dark, I still have your heart. There is no goodbye, there is no pain. We're just two lovers dancing in the rain. But I still dream us wild and free, the way that we were supposed to be. Holding your hand in the neon glow, refusing to ever let you go. Then the alarm clock starts to ring, steals away every beautiful thing. My eyes open up to a ceiling of gray, and I have to lose you all over today. I don't wanna wake up, I just wanna sleep, drown in the secrets that my eyelids keep. Because reality is a bitter pill, living in a world that is cold and still, where you don't love me and you don't care, and I'm just talking to the empty air. But I still dream us wild and free, the way that we were supposed to be. Holding your hand in the neon glow, refusing to ever let you go. Then the alarm clock starts to ring and steals away every beautiful thing. My eyes open up to a ceiling of gray, and I have to lose you all over today. So I close my eyes and I try to sleep, back to the only place where you're mine to keep. I still dream.